Guys, welcome to Relaxed Running. I'm Tyson Popplestone. Today marks the 16-week mark until the Melbourne Marathon, where I'm aiming to break 2:40 for the marathon. It's my second marathon ever. The first one I didn't really prepare for well. This one I've had the best intentions to prepare for well. We're still 4 months out, that can still happen, but I've had some pretty constant calf strains for the last 4 or 5 months. I think I'm on top of it now. I've come up with a little bit of a plan as to how to return to running. It involves quite a slow return. I'm about 6 weeks in, and today is my longest long run for about the last 6 weeks, which is a 45-minute run. So I was lucky enough to get my wife out on the bike. My mum, the boys' grandma, is in town, so she came and looked after them. Jessie came out with me as we went around Point Lonsdale for a 9k run. Very cruisy. At the moment, it's just laying a bit of a foundation. So my goal today is there's no records being broken. It's not super fast. I think the average pace was 4:57. I went out at like 5:34 pace and then just gradually worked into it. Got the little cheer squad here today. Going to get the bike.
I don't want to be in it. I would have done my hair if I was in it.
There you go. And if you have this little screen open, bub, you don't have to look through there.
Oh, great. Hopefully I'm smooth. That's the thing I'm worried about. Like, I don't want to be shaky. But at the end of the day, it's not a huge deal, is it? Like, just try to be smooth as possible.
As long as I look smooth.
What are you doing today?
That's fine. 45 minutes easy. So it's a 16-week block starts today. But I'm starting easy based on the fact that my calves have been playing up. So the next month is still just building up the miles and making sure they get stronger so I can start doing some faster stuff.
Just do a bit of a loop and then I'll head back. How are your calves feeling at the moment?
They actually feel fine. The thing I've got to be careful of is just sometimes it's when I get excited. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll pick up the pace. So,
remember how much I wanted this little play school house here?
this one here,
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Oh mate, you got the knack. The last 6 months, honestly, have been up and down with calf strains, calf injuries. The first little part of that was me just trying to navigate how to return from a calf strain. I'd never had that issue before. But what I've realised now is the way that I respond best, and under the guidance of quite a few people who have been through it, is just through a very slow and gradual return. So the way that I've structured this 16-week block, which today is the first day of, is I'm running 4 days a week. It's going to be Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So there's only the Saturday and Sunday where I'm backing up 2 runs in a row. Now, for week 1 of the first 4 weeks of the 16-week block, if that makes sense, I'm doing, today's day 1, 45 minutes. And then on Tuesday, I'll do 30 minutes. Then Thursday, I'll do 45 minutes again. And then Saturday, I'll do 30 minutes. So the reason for that is I don't want to just overload my body. The last 10 days, every second day, I've been doing 30-minute runs. Then after I complete that first week, assuming everything feels good, next Sunday I'll do 60 minutes and then 30, 60, then 30. Build that up to about 90, 30, 90, 30, 4 weeks into the 16-week block. Then there's going to be a little bit of food for thought as to what we do from there. If the body feels fantastic, I'll start gradually increasing that long run up to 90, hour 45, up to 2 hours. As long as I can get about 7 or 8 runs at about 30 Ks and above before the marathon, I'm pretty happy. The challenge is going to be, assuming that my body absorbs just those runs well, where do I start to increase the pace? Where do I start to inject some marathon pace? So I'll have to do some work at around 3:40 and hopefully faster per K if I want to get anywhere near my goal time of sub 2:40. But at the moment, I'm just taking a big humble pie, a big ego lesson, and essentially just doing what the body's allowing me to do. At the moment, pretty much all of my runs for the last couple of weeks have averaged around 5 minutes per K. The reason for that is I can build quite a good aerobic base off 5 minutes per K. And that's only the average pace. Obviously, towards the end of it, I'm picking it up gradually. I think today the last K was the fastest, and it might have been 4:32. I wasn't trying to run faster or anything. It's just as your legs start to warm up, naturally you get into a little bit of a rhythm, a little bit of a routine. One of the most frustrating things I think of the last few months is you have this idea of how marathon preparation is going to go. You expect, or you at least hope, that everything's going to run smoothly, your body's going to absorb all the work, and you're going to tick absolutely every single box you could possibly tick before race day. But I don't think I've ever met an athlete who's been able to do that. Rob De Castella said that you're always going to have a niggle. Even before the best days, there's some form of niggle that's going to come up. Rob De Castella was a 2:07 Australian marathon runner, so his advice is advice that I take pretty seriously. So I'm just trying to roll with the punches. I think that's been the biggest challenge, just learning how to let go of any frustration that might sneak back in when the training's not going exactly how you feel it should. But it's easier said than done, isn't it? I think this is a challenge that every single middle distance, long distance runner, every athlete, every person in some capacity has to face at some time. But I'm really big on using situations like this to just train my mind. I like the idea of not being on an emotional roller coaster of, really big highs when things go well and really deep lows. I'd much rather a sort of stable middle ground. So out here at the moment, I'm absolutely just loving my running. It's so good to be back. It's so nice to be able to clock up a little bit over 9Ks and just be out there feeling good. I think this is one thing I've learned to appreciate over the last few months. The days in between my runs, I'm doing 3 gym sessions. I'm following pretty much the Andrew Huberman structure towards training. Now, it's not a specific marathon training gym session. It's pretty much on a Monday, I'm working on my torso. So that's my pecs, my core, my back. Then on a Wednesday, I'll go in and I'll do legs and abs. So that'll be some squats up to about 80 kilos. I don't know what that is in pounds. I'm sorry, I don't have a converter in front of me. And then some hamstring exercises, a lot of calf work. I'm looking forward to giving you some more updates over the next few weeks. But this has been a really good start. It's been the ideal start for where we've been. The fact that I'm running 45 minutes now, the fact that all going well, will be running 90 minutes from the 12 weeks out to the 8 weeks out. Hopefully more than that, up to 2 hours is pretty good. So, only time will tell. It's going to be interesting. Thanks for the support. Thanks for hanging around. If you like these videos, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you jump across and check out the Relax Running podcast as well. We're closing in on 200 episodes, and it's just a good chance to chat with not only elite athletes but coaches and those in and around the sport from all around the world. So check that out if you haven't already. Hit subscribe. Comments down in the comment section below. I hope this was helpful. It's a little bit of a different angle to what I've been taking for a while on this channel, but I was hoping to give you a little bit of insight or a little bit of background into the current training situation and show you some of the local trails as well. So hope that was enjoyable, guys, and I'll see you all here again next week.